Right, we're ready to roll out. Now I have discovered that to save the game, if you want to force it to save, you can just go onto a workbench and then come back out into a force save. You don't actually have to rest in the bed, so that's good. Okay, so we're gonna go and see that young laddie. We're gonna give him the fatigue potion to make him feel less lethargic, and then we'll see if he brightens up a bit, because he is a bit of a Debbie Downer like. And then we'll go on to searching for the people we need to for the quests. I forgot which way it was. It's definitely not this way, is it? Oh, it's down here. No, it's not. Gone the wrong way. I've got no idea where I'm supposed to be going. I forgot.
We even used to be neighbours, for Christ's sake. I'd prefer not to give you another beating, Barrett.
Oh, look, they're speaking. Right, tell you what, I'm gonna help the kid first.
Good evening, Harry. May I come in?
Sure. Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
Oh my god, my dreams are soaked with gloom.
May I?
I'm not bothered.
Do you need any medical help, young man?
Yes, I do. I feel so tired. I don't know if it's the epidemic, but everything seems so hard.
Yeah, man, have one of these. Couple of lines of coke will sort you right out.
You'll feel better with this. But you need to get a grip, young man. Medication alone won't cure melancholia.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this. But I thank you for your concern, sir.
Would it ease tensions with your father if he got an honest job? Because he tried, you know.
I can't say. I'd be glad if he dropped his thuggish activities, but I'm not sure it would be enough.
Why is that?
Sometimes I suspect it's me, Dr. Reed. Or it's this life. It's like I can't find my place.
This guy. He is a nightmare. If that was his dad,
Goodbye, young
I'd lock him in that safe and leave him. Mate, you're
Is there
lucky you
only
don't belong in that
pain
safe.
or suffering in this world.
You again?
I want to sort your bloody family matters out.
Goodbye, Mr.
Fancy buying something?
You never...
Here we go.
What do you know of Harry Peterson? The boy seems so fragile. Not like his father at all.
Harry's a good boy, but he spends most of his time complaining. He's had it tough, all right, but he needs to grow a pair.
What
Exactly.
troubles him exactly?
Well, despite being his father's son, almost everything, I think. He never wanted to come to Whitechapel in the first place. Hates this place more than most of us.
Right, so we've never getting any hints of that, which is a shame.
Goodbye for now.
Right. So looks like we're at a dead end with that quest for the moment. Let's go and find Clayton in the area. Oh look, it's a bloody raven preacher. Raven lunatic.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Science, yo.
Do you know...
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that nurse Crane you mentioned.
Why? Because, like, you don't like helping people. Maybe I could throw a young boy into the mix?
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients.
Oh, fuck my life.
It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
A bit like how male priests are only allowed to look after small boys' testicles. Is that like along the same lines that I'm right?
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in her country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
Strong views.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
You are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Let's hear him out.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you stop? Burn the clothes? The buildings? The corpses? Worse?
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool?
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
Oh well, this guy is
I have heard
I quite
enough
like him.
tonight. Goodbye.
I quite like this guy. He's just like, no shit, he's like, let's just burn everything. Know what solves problems? Fire. Who the fuck's this?
The walls of your home will not protect you.
Oh, it's the guy from no way. This is the preacher from Far Cry 4.
You are blinded by your
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Ah.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
In it for the money, baby.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
What?
If no one stops it, this epidemic could turn into a scourge. It may kill more people than the war itself.
Yes. This is another kind of war, but just as deadly. History will judge us all for what we did and what we did not.
Well, you're not doing anything to fucking spread the information of the fucking disease and how to stop it or how to prevent it, you pleb.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
That science is unable to explain the facts doesn't mean there is no rational explanation.
I confess, I share your point of view, Doctor.
Right, nothing there, so we're gonna have to go with this.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I care about public health. Yeah.
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious, never goes out, doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He has no relatives at all?
No, except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Right, behind the church, we've got to make a note to go there.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Oh, he's suffering from fatigue. Let's give him a
Do you
medicine.
need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught during my investigation.
If you persist in investigating the most pox-ridden boroughs of London, you must accept the risks.
Thank you, sir.
It doesn't seem to unlock any extra dialogues by helping them.
I still have questions about that Darius fellow.
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious, never goes out, doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
Goodbye, Mr. Dupp.
Right, so behind the church. So this is the church, I believe. Find the mailbox and letter. Oh, fucking skull. Just the one? So close to human activity is weird. Come here. Get over here. Get out. Get out, you muppet. Oh, I tried to parry it, it fucking missed. That didn't that time though. So where's this mailbox? Well, it looks like they're both down that way. Well, he's chatting shit around there, isn't he? There he is. Alright, mate?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
Oh, he's one of them people. I must actually live it.
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear doctor.
I wouldn't be so certain.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
Top bloke.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy, but the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
This guy's a fucking crackerjack.
Yes. The enjoyable silence of the grave. You have a unique perspective on the situation, I must admit.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
Sure they are.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Ah, so he wasn't up to the task.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
So I need to find the mailbox, which is just there.
Some of us come to this world
He's got cold. Right, so if I heal him, but I haven't got a cold formula yet.
Morbidity can breathe its own.
Edit a refusal letter.
Just disease, desertion.
Oh, who's this? A young damsel?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Familiar.
I know what you're thinking.
It's a silent day in
A
Florist.
stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? Very well.
Maybe she's chosen to be silent for a reason. Right, we're looking for the mailbox now. There it is. My dearest, most beloved children, I'm so sorry you've not heard from me in a few months. The situation in London has been difficult. I know it may sound selfish and silly when you, my children, are still living in a country consumed by war, but there's also a war going on in England, a war against poverty and against injustice. I won't be coming back to Romania. That probably means I won't see you again before I die. Don't be sad, my darlings. You're grown up now, and you've children of your own. Blah, blah, blah. I wish you a long and happy life. Kiss my grandchildren for me, and remember that your father loves you. All the way from this cold, damp country.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
Flower
Darius
bouquet,
is a bit
small.
less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
A small flower bouquet with a voucher for a free medical checkup hidden between the flowers. Ah, let's give that. Ah, we just found it. Look, we've got another one. Got a clue
Hello
to
again,
talk to her
miss.
about.
Melia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. Very well.
Oh, she's good. Hello there.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling,
Of course you are.
but I'd like to ask you a few questions if I may. I'm a doctor, Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick, though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Mate, don't be quick to dismiss what she's got to offer. She's clearly a woman of talent.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed, or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
I'm trying to help you, little bitch. Fatigue, I should help her out. To be fair, I should help her out so she can deliver better services. I think I will do that.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
What about a battered fanny? You can't get that fixed on the NHS.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Fair play.
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
'Cause that's how, like, it works. You don't have to have suffered to be able to speak on the matter. Right, we're gonna heal this girl because prostitutes need some loving too.
Do you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
One blowjob for one sip.
I am shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
You're more than welcome. Now, are we gonna divulge any more information? Nope.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
Aha.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
I'd like to know. Right, I haven't got any more hints here. Nah. It must be for someone else. I suppose I can investigate
Goodbye,
the character
Take care
tree
of yourself as best you can.
to find out who it is, but I'll do that later on. All I want to do now is I want to find a way into Darius's house. Yeah, we'll go. Should be allowed in now.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again. Go away.
Mesmerize level 2 required. I don't even know how to get that.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see, Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Champion, we're in there. Darius's house. What can we steal? I'm stealing your money. New collectible. The antique figure of Voluptuous.
It's locked, all right.
I wonder how you get the keys to the safes. I wonder if there's anything good in them. Sorry mate, I'm just looting your house before I go any further. I hope you don't mind.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced.
May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
So Dorothy's real name is not Crane.
Like myself and many people in this area, Dorothea is from occupied Romania. That's all you need to know.
She seems important to the community.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's misery. Dorothea is one of the few doing something about it.
Already know our full name because I've already done my investigations because I'm a pro investigator.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Are you not worried for her safety?
She is as brave as she is tough, and clever too. If only I had met her when I was younger.
Are you
You
in love with
dirty
Camellia,
beggar.
Mr. Petrescu?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger, we could have won our revolution.
Who is she, really? Do you know where she's from?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her favorite flower.
You say she has no close family.
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly follows her around like a lost puppy. A good man for sure, but a very poor writer.
Sounds like she's the perfect spy. Maybe that's went underneath your radar, but not mine.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe...
Oh, that's the same thing.
Do you have any family left, Mr. Petrescu? Children or grandchildren?
Who knows? I have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as I am for them, I suppose.
This war won't last forever. Did you ever think of returning to your country now it's free?
No. I have taught strength and determination to my sons and daughters. I'm an old, dying man who only has memories of better times to cherish.
Don't be embarrassed, sir. If you must know, my own father disappeared many years ago, and I forgave him.
It's quite awkward to talk about our families like this, but thank you, Dr. Reed. I appreciate your trust.
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reed.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
But it's not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. And I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
Alright, so that's about everything we're gonna get out of it. Oh yeah, that's a weird one. It doesn't go like into mad like, tell me more about Camilla mode. It doesn't go into that.
Goodbye.
And it doesn't
Mr.
really go anywhere. Right, so however, we'll go and see Dorothy. Let's find out what she's up to. Face to face. Oh, she's got loads of patience. Sounds like she's upstairs. A letter to Nurse Crane. My dear Dorothy, when you read this letter, I'll be on the boat that will take Anton and me back to Brasov. England was not for us, and I confess I cannot wait to see again the proud hills of Transylvania. As soon as we are there, I promise I'll light a candle in the Black Church. I pray for you to survive the terrible Theodora. Oh, so our sister went back home. Aha, right, well that's good. Alright, let's go upstairs. Oh, that's the patients that I saw when I was looking about earlier on. I saw a guy with a mask on, it was him. Oh shit, she needs help.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
Anesthetics.
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
Fuck it, we're going in raw dog. Do it.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor.
I'm going in beast mode surgeon here, like.
He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
He's gonna die anyway.
Don't question me, nurse. I need a drain. Now.
Yes, Doctor.
Go on. Oh, he's opening them up.
He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery.
Shit.
There's too much blood.
Are you alright, Doctor?
I can't see.
Shit. Do it.
I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Go on.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
Oh, he's fucked, like.
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes.
Shot to the heart. Yeah, it's adrenaline in it. Go on, get him back going. Dead. Fucked it. World's worst doctor.
We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
Fucking, she was getting onto my back about that shit. She was trying to operate by herself, the silly cow.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners.
I'm here to rob you.
To what do I owe this courtesy? I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
Right. I've come to stop the blackmail.
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
Well, she's got a point.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
She might have a point. Although I'm not entirely sure I'm fully on board with what she's doing. But I can see why she's doing it.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
So she knows she's a vampire.
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty. Nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
You know not of what you speak, woman.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Right, what we got? I look away, but you resign. I'm ending this right now. Charm, you'll forget all about this. So what's that? You will forget all about this. I don't really want her to resign because she's a good nurse. You'll forget all about this. I imagine that's gonna kill her. I don't want to kill her. But I didn't know. Charm, you will forget all about this. Nah. I'm gonna go with I'll look away but you resign. So she's gonna resign from the real hospital, but she's gonna continue doing her work in the slums, which I think's a good choice. Since these people do need medical treatment, even if it's not like top tier.
No. Your place is here. Jailing you would be an even greater crime. So, here is my proposition. I'll look the other way on your little enterprise. In exchange, you will resign from the Pembroke Hospital and provide me with medical supplies when the need arises.
Dr. Reed! That sounds like a business proposition. My accomplice, then.
No, just a privileged client. My research may require the occasional rare piece of equipment or ingredient. I'll pay good coin in exchange, fair and honest, to help finance your noble endeavors.
Nice.
We have ourselves a deal, Doctor. Good customers are always welcome.
Yes, Nurse Crane. We have a deal.
Oh, hey, hey. Quite the entrepreneur. Mesmerized level. Increased new citizens available to kill. The district will soon suffer the consequence of your action. Ooh, well, I wonder what that is. Oh, nice. Well, that's the decision I'm rolling with, like.
It's locked.
It's locked. Oh, that guy's proper fucked, like, isn't he? This guy did not have a very nice end. He was suffering from a seizure. I cut a hole in his throat, and I stabbed him in the chest. Right, that's it for here. Happy days. What the fuck?
It's one of them.
You motherfuckers.
Filthy piece of shit.
Who? You motherfucker. Get out. What, they're invading this place, are they? That's the last thing they're ever gonna see.
Watch out for them cheese.
Motherfuckers. Oh, he fucking choke slammed us. Come here. That's it, baby. Go on, go for the parry. That's it, sick of your shit. Right, so we've got to report back to Lady Ashbury and tell her, well, that's one good thing. We've actually solved the problem for her because she's going to resign. But we're also helping the slums out. I'm an all-round good Samaritan. Who would have thought it? There's no way to fast travel, is there? Or is there? Can we fast travel? No. You can't fast travel in this game. Right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to make my way back to the hospital. And we can complete 2 quests. We can do the wrong target one, reassure Thelma about the spies, and report back to Lady Ashbury. Right, let's make our way back. I wonder if the enemies have respawned. Oh man, we've got 2.5 grand XP. Oh, it looks like the streets are clear, which is quite good. It looks, the area looks quite big on the map, but it's actually not that bad.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Well, I've already been in here. I'll tell you what, I could save it by just going on the bench. And then if I go out, yeah, there we go, it saves, nice. Right. Wait there, what level skulls are these? I can't get through.
Kill it, boy!
Oh, fuck me, what the fuck? Vincent and Toby Sheen. Are these weird? What does he do? poisonous. Come here, you motherfucker. Wanna play them games, do you? Die. Back off, back off, back off. Motherfucker. Who the hell are these guys? And why are they fighting us? Come here. I want your blood. Oh, I'm coming for you. Toby Sheen. Where's he? Dead. Parry to bits. Game over. Flawless victory. So, we're into getting jumped, are we now? I wonder if they're part of the wet boot gang. I've already looked in here and there's nothing, but I want to double check. No. Oh, we've got loads of XP for beating them. Perfect. We just gotta get back to the hospital safely. I want to beat that Skull. Level 18 Skull. I can fight that. You think I can beat this? Shit. Oh, he fucking destroyed us! Hopefully it'll respawn us after killing them guys. That was a mistake. He completely tore me apart again. Let's check how good the autosave system actually is. Skulls and Brawlers fighting it out. That's interesting. Oh, I've still got my XP, so that means I must have already beat that fight. Oh, that's good to know. Happy days. Right, let's avoid this Skull and get back to the hospital. It's too hard, level 18. Right, I need to find Thelma Howcroft. Tell her that no one's after her anymore. Oh, look, who's that? Look, there's two people over there I need to speak to.
They may lack the resources, but we have some of the most brilliant minds in London at Pembroke.
Something's going on outside. Yeah. Oh, I need to eavesdrop on it. Right, let's see if we can get an eavesdrop. There we go. Oh, it's outside. Oh, it's just in there. Right. So basically we've got to go right outside our window. I'm creeping in your window.
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
What the hell? Your son lied to you? Is he speaking in the third person, like a true hero? But anyways, we're looking for Thelma. She's normally hanging about next to the guy who burnt his face off. Thomas Elwood. She's not here though, is she? There she is.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are
Keira Knightley.
I need blood, Doctor.
Keira Knightley.
Rich, vibrant blood.
Tell me, Thelma, what do you really know about vampires?
I saw one and he saw me. I watched him hunt and kill. I saw his terrible wounds heal as his victim died. And then I knew I was saved.
You mean you actually saw a vampire? Here in London?
Yes. And it has been the answer to my pain. I must drink and kill to regenerate my decaying body. I am a vampire too.
I think she's truly out of it.
You have no idea what problems your claim could cause if heard by the wrong people, Miss Howcroft. You must stop this nonsense now.
Why fear the truth? Strange things live in the dark, Dr. Reed. Strange and ancient beings that were here before this island even had a name.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
I have made inquiries about the men who were tracking you, Miss Howcroft.
I did not expect a mortal to have this sort of courage. Speak, Doctor. Why are they hunting me down?
It was a misunderstanding. These hunters were in fact looking for a very different creature, but they mistakenly put their sights on you.
I knew it. I have become undone. Those hunters have discovered me, but they don't know what I'm capable of.
If you'll accept some advice from a petty mortal, I think you should assume a low profile and just quietly disappear into the shadows.
You are right. And you have served me well, mortal. Take this as a reward for your time. Perhaps I will allow you to drink deep of my blood. One day.
Thank you. I'll keep that proposition in mind.
Perhaps I won't ask for your permission. Right, so we've got a blood
I'll
sample.
leave
Maybe
you,
we'll get more.
Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Maybe once we investigate that blood sample, we'll get more recipes. Right, investigation succeeded. Nice. Now we've got to go and talk to Lady Ashbury. She outside? Unknown. Hold on, there's an unknown outside. There's an unknown on the radar. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's one of the guys we've saved earlier on. Oh, he's in there, like. You fucking bitch, what you doing? You foolish woman.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
Hiding your true appetites behind a facade of compassion. Bravo. Very clever indeed.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
You are weak. You steal the blood of the innocent. Steal the blood of the powerful. That's what makes a true vampire.
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
I must confess I have not put an end to the blackmail, my lady. Unfortunately, I could not bring myself to do it.
I'm so disappointed in you, Jonathan. I didn't expect this from you.
Lady Ashbury, you yourself admitted how ridiculous the sum of money was. I can assure you it was all used for charitable ends.
Well, you are full of surprises, aren't you, Jonathan? All right, say I trust you, but you will still pay the ransom. That is only fair. After all, it was you who failed to bring this problem to a satisfactory conclusion.
I believe I could agree to that.
And since a lady always keeps her promises, I will now answer any questions you may have.
Oh, she's a fucking witch, her, like.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
Now, Riz, I told you this. I told you she was running this hospital. It's our own personal blood bank. I fucking knew it. Wait till I kill her. I'm gonna absolutely mutilate her corpse. Just wait. I wanna bide me time.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
So there is a powerful vampire kicking about.
Excuse my forwardness, but are you my maker?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
I beg to differ.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
We read about that, the Ekon. It's like a powerful one, isn't it?
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then?
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Scowls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
What type of vampire is a Skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
So that guy was dying. Right.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London Vampire Society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
Very well, but I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain. More than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society. And like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad?
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
Wonder if that's causing the seizures.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
Could be me, because I am a malevolent force.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
So she's sitting on the back bench, isn't she?
I bid you farewell. For now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
Right, well that's very interesting. So, she's feeding on the patients in the hospital, although she claims it's only on the dying. I'm not exactly sure how true that is. What I want to do is I want to quickly go to my room, hit up the workbench, analyse these blood samples, and then we'll call it a day there. And in the next episode, where's my workbench? We'll continue the story. Light stamina serum.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Right, so that might be why, because when we spoke to Dorothy and that person was having the seizure on the table, she was like, oh, it's got all the symptoms of the flu, like that's what it is. That might be why, because it wasn't the flu, it was this new disease, and it's got all the symptoms and it's transmitted through the flu. Ah, it's making sense. It's making sense, Doctor. Right, so there we go. We're gonna talk to Edgar Swansea in the next episode about the blood and find out what the crack-a-lackin' is with this flu. See you there, lads.